At the moment, Bastianini leads this session with that blistering 129.630. What a lap that was from the Italian. Here is Bagnaia then. Just building up some speed. We saw when he exited pit lane, he was surrounded by Gigi Dall'Igna, Christian Gavarini, Davide Tardozzi, all of the big hitters inside that Ducati garage. They know themselves how big this 5 minutes is for Bagnaia.
I just wonder what happened to Mark there. He really rolled off on the last right-hander, so he's still there, just a lot further back.
And it's Alex Marquez that's tried to go with Bagnaia. Now, these two have got a bit of history, haven't they? Remember the Italian Grand Prix in Mugello, when Pecco Bagnaia was very unhappy with Alex Marquez, who he thought was cruising on the line. And then, of course, most recently in Aragon, when they clashed while fighting for the podium.
Pecco's not far off, but if he loses that sort of time on the rest of the lap, he's going to be the same sort of lap time as he was.
Yeah, and an absolutely brilliant lap. Alex Rins, brilliant performance by the Spaniard. 130.189 has pushed Bagnaia down to 11th. So at the moment, this is a very rare occurrence. We have two Yamahas, the two factory Yamahas, alongside each other in Q2, and all on Bagnaia then.
Rins has had some shocking luck recently as well. Just, he's either injured or sick, like he was at the last round, couldn't ride, and I spoke to him, he's just kind of tired of this run of luck. Let's hope it turns around for him.
Yeah, great job that by Rins. So it is all on the shoulders of Bagnaia, who has now been dropped down to 12th place because Marco Bezzecchi's on the charge. There is Bez on the brakes. Oh, Alex Marquez trying to go with Pecco Bagnaia. He crashes on the entry to turn 16, so that pace too hot for Alex Marquez to handle. He crashes at turn 16. That's, of course, bringing out the yellow flags. That has been avoided by Bagnaia, who was, what, 50 metres further up the road. And Bagnaia, once again, just creeps inside that top 10. He's up to 9th now with a 130.112.
So we can see where he's losing. He lost 3/10 on the first part of the lap and only lost 1 on the rest of the lap. So it's that early part of the lap where Bagnaia's losing. That slippery corner there. So many riders caught out by it. Shame for Alex Marquez, he needed that lap.
Just look at this by Enea Bastianini. Just brimming with confidence, isn't he, after that win in Emilia-Romagna 5 days ago. What a last lap it was. Great attack at turn 4 from the number 23 on Jorge Martin. Thought he was going to be dropping his pace once again. It's another 129.808. This is more like it from Pecco Bagnaia, isn't it? Better late than never. If he carries this lap on through, well, it could be the fastest time of the session. When you put this guy's back up against the wall.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, under pressure, fighting back again. Brilliant.
Out of absolutely,
let's hope he finishes the lap.
Out of absolutely nowhere, he could be setting an all-time lap record. He was 17th about 5 or 6 minutes ago. This is the Pecco Bagnaia repertoire, isn't it? When he's got his back against the wall, he comes out swinging, over the line he goes. P3, that's it. We know now that Pecco Bagnaia is not going to be in Q1 like he was here last year. That 129.712 surely has him going through.
I got to say, I admire that. You know, when you're backed into a corner, you're not feeling confident, and you find the way to do the lap. Absolutely brilliant.
Talking about brilliance, look at that from Frankie Morbidelli. He goes up into 3rd place with a 129.709. The top 4 now are covered by just 0.08 of a second. It's been a super tight session, this, in MotoGP in Indonesia. We have now got, when I'm looking at Luke Marini's pole time here last year, the pole time, we have now 7 riders that are lapping inside last year's pole time. That's how much the bar has been raised in Mandalika in 2024. Over the line, Bastianini goes for another lap. It's another 129.8. He's doing those for fun. And here comes Pedro Acosta. Acosta, of course, who was leading this session in the early part of it. He just don't want to leave anything to chance here, will he? He's been pushed back down to 8th place. Johann Zarco is so close to the top 10. He's in 11th place at the moment. Luca Marini's 12th. Top jobs by the Honda riders. Zarco at the moment is outside of Q1 by 0.08 of a second. Luca Marini is 100th further back. Fine margins. Just looking at the timing screens, actually, There is less than 7/10 of a second covering the top 15.
And the beast looks like, well, he looks like he was going faster again, but right on the same sort of lap time.
What about Jack Miller? He's going to take the checkered flag here is Thriller Miller, and he is in Q1.
So Acosta lost that lap, cut one of the chicanes.
Yeah, Acosta I think is going to go through. What about this from Bastianini? He's going to get held up here. That's a shame. Augusto Fernandez is just holding up the factory Ducati start, because that could have been, well, he's already got the all-time lap record with a 1:29.630, but that could have been even faster from the beast, couldn't it? Fabio Di Gianantonio. I think Fabio's going to be okay in 9th place, but he's trying to set another personal best lap of the session so far. Over the line, Bastianini goes as the checkered flag is waved to the back end of this field. Oh, Di Gianantonio's crashed. Fabio Di Gianantonio has had another crash, and the crash tally's mounting up, and that's turn 16, isn't it? I was going to say that's on the entry to pit lane.
And he's not going to risk the shoulder picking the bike up.
No. I think both shoulders are pretty fragile, aren't they, at the moment? He's had his injury problems with the right one as well. Yeah, that was him pushing on a PB lap. His teammate Marco Bezzecchi. The good news for Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing is Bezzecchi and Di Gianantonio are into Q2 tomorrow morning. What a session that was. Another record-breaking session. What a way to kick off this Grand Prix of Indonesia. What a way to kick off our 5-race flyaway tour. Enea Bastianini with a sensational all-time lap record of 1:29.630. 800 covering the top 4. Martin second, Morbidelli third. It's been a fantastic Friday for Pramac Racing. Bagnaia dug deep and found a 1:29.712, which sees him go through into Q2. Brad Binder was 14th in that session, not helped by a crash in the last 10 minutes at turn 10, but he was only just over half a second away from Bastianini at the top of the timing sheets. Absolutely ludicrous how close that session was. Well, the beast is flying, isn't he? Winner of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix last weekend. Pecco Bagnaia's run out of fuel. He's getting a help back to pit lane from his future factory Ducati teammate Marc Marquez.